I had a really public breakup recently. It was a wake-up call for me in the sense of like, okay, you're going to do this on your own and you're going to be fine.
Right.
And you're not going to worry about what anyone thinks and has to say, because the relationship was rocky for a very long time. So, because I don't believe another person.
The tension between Taraji and Nia Long has officially escalated from subtle digs to full-on chaos. These two have reportedly had issues for years, dating back to their time on the TV show Empire. There have always been rumors about friction, and Nia has supposedly made a few sharp comments about Taraji in interviews and on social media. But now, things seem to have turned much more personal. Word is that Taraji might be involved with Ime Udoka. Yes, the same man who made headlines with Nia Long last year for all the wrong reasons. If that's true, it's easy to see why Nia wouldn't be thrilled. She's known for being upfront about her feelings, and from what people are saying, she's not taking Taraji's rumored relationship with Ime very well. So how did Taraji and Ime even meet? And is Taraji really at fault here? That's where the story gets complicated, because it stretches back a while. When Nia first joined Empire in season 3, she played Juliana, Lucius Lyon's ex. At first, fans were excited to see two powerhouse actresses like Taraji and Nia on screen together. People were eager to see the energy they'd bring, and many assumed Nia might become a permanent cast member alongside Taraji P. Henson and Terrence Howard. But that excitement didn't last. Fans quickly sensed that something was off between the two women. On screen, their chemistry was fine, but off-screen tension was noticeable. Observant fans spotted awkward body language in interviews, strange online comments, and a lack of friendly interactions on social media. Once social media caught wind of it, things blew up. Online sleuths dug into behind-the-scenes rumors, old clips, and interviews to figure out what was going on. Soon it seemed clear that Taraji and Nia were far from close. Some believed the tension came from clashing egos, while others thought it was bad energy from the start. Whatever the reason, it's been obvious for a long time that the two women aren't exactly friends. Now, with the latest rumor about Taraji possibly dating Ime Udoka, the feud feels reignited in a big way. Fans are already picking sides, debating whether Taraji crossed a line or if Nia is simply upset over something that shouldn't concern her anymore. One thing's certain, the internet can't get enough. Everyone wants to know if this is just gossip or if Taraji really gave Nia a reason to be angry this time. And judging by how fast it's spreading, this drama isn't ending anytime soon.
Nia reportedly showed up to set late, and one of the male actors said to her,
"Why are you always on black people's time?" Which, amongst the black peoples, is not that big of a deal.
And Nia went off on the dude, which made Taraji jump in.
Rumors started circulating that Nia Long was difficult to work with, often coming across as distant or a bit aloof on set. People said she frequently complained about her hair, makeup, and wardrobe, insisting that everything be done exactly her way. Some crew members reportedly found her behavior draining, feeling that she made things more stressful than necessary. However, others argued that this was just typical Hollywood behavior, actresses trying to look their best and maintain their image, even if it sometimes seemed controlling or overly picky.
We open doors for brown girls to be exactly who we are, and that's beautifully complicated. And so it's been a blessing and a curse, because here's what I do know. Nia Long knows her light. Nia Long knows her makeup. Nia Long knows her hair. And you probably can't talk me into something else unless you show me.
When word began to spread about once the behind-the-scenes stories came out, people started seeing a different side of Nia Long, one that many described as fiercely competitive, especially around other black actresses. Around that same time, news broke that she wouldn't be returning to Empire for season 4. That sparked all kinds of chatter online and within the industry. Rumor had it that during her short stint on the show, Nia was trying to position herself as the new star, almost challenging Taraji P. Henson for the spotlight. Insiders say Nia proposed her own ideas for expanding her character. She reportedly pushed for bigger storylines and more screen time, pitching scenes that would give her a stronger presence in the main plot. Had she succeeded, she would have been going head-to-head with Taraji's iconic character, Cookie Lyon, a bold move considering Cookie was already the face of the series. The production team quickly shut down her suggestions, sensing that this kind of competition could spark serious tension on set. Cookie was a fan favorite, and one of the main reasons Empire was such a hit. Producers felt it wasn't worth risking the show's success just to accommodate one actor's ambition. When Taraji learned about Nia's plans, she reportedly didn't take it lightly. Sources claim Taraji was both annoyed and surprised that Nia would try to encroach on her territory. The tension between them, which had been simmering, began boiling over. Some reports even say the actresses argued on set, mostly over Nia's alleged behavior toward the crew. Crew members reportedly complained that Nia acted rude or superior, while Taraji, known for her close bond with the team, didn't appreciate it. Things got so tense that directors decided to film their scenes separately just to avoid conflict. That alone showed how serious the situation had become. After the season ended and Nia's character was written out, the two went their separate ways. They were never seen together publicly again. No photos, no interviews, no events. For a while, it seemed like they were both moving on peacefully, but the peace didn't last. Gossip sites later reported that Taraji might be involved with Ime Udoka, Nia Long's longtime partner and the father of her son. That rumor alone was enough to reignite old tensions. For context, Nia and Ime began dating in 2010, got engaged in 2015, and have a son. On the surface, they seemed like a solid, loving family, but their relationship hit a major rough patch. In 2022, when Ime was exposed for affairs with two women on the Boston Celtics staff while serving as head coach. The scandal cost him his job and damaged his reputation. At first, Nia stood by him, focusing on her family and trying to heal. Eventually, she ended the relationship, making it clear she had been deeply hurt and embarrassed by what happened. So imagine how she felt when rumors started spreading that Taraji, someone she already had a history with, might be getting close to her ex. True or not, the speculation was enough to stir things up. For many fans, it felt like old tensions were resurfacing, with Taraji and Nia caught in another wave of rivalry. Neither of the actresses has spoken publicly about the situation, but their silence speaks volumes. Those who have followed their history believe reconciliation is unlikely. What began as on-set tension years ago has now grown into one of Hollywood's most talked about feuds, and it doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon.
If she was with them for 13 years, right, and they still hadn't gotten married, but they were engaged, there was probably some underlying issues there. Maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, and when you are a celebrity like that, being publicly humiliated, I think the stakes are a little bit higher. Just like she can't embarrass him publicly, he can't embarrass her. And when one of them breaks that promise, it's...
When the news about Ime Udoka's scandal broke, Nia Long was heartbroken. She had been with him for over 10 years, they shared a child, and everyone saw them as a strong couple. Discovering his infidelity was painful enough, but the real shock came from how public it all became. Headlines, memes, and social media commentary turned her private pain into a national spectacle. She wasn't just dealing with betrayal. She was facing humiliation in front of millions. Insiders say Nia wanted to handle things quietly. Despite the cheating and public embarrassment, she was reportedly willing to forgive Ime and try to work things out. Friends claimed she still loved him and hoped to keep their family together. But before she could even process everything, rumors began that Ime was already moving on. And not just with anyone, but with Taraji P. Henson. That's when the situation turned explosive. Everyone knew Nia and Taraji didn't get along, but this made it personal. To Nia, it wasn't just another Hollywood fling. It felt like a betrayal layered over an old rivalry. Sources say she saw it as Taraji crossing a line, almost like taking something that once belonged to her. For Taraji, however, the story looked very different. From her perspective, she wasn't doing anything wrong. Nia and Ime were no longer together, so he was free to date whoever he wanted. Taraji reportedly didn't feel the need to tiptoe around Nia's feelings, especially since they weren't friends and had already clashed. Why avoid a man she liked just because it might upset someone who had never liked her? People close to Taraji say she felt no guilt. She saw it simply: two single adults choosing to spend time together. Ime having once been Nia's fiancé didn't matter, because that chapter was over as far as she was concerned. But Nia didn't see it that way. After enduring public embarrassment, a broken engagement, and media judgment, seeing Taraji linked to her ex felt like another attack. It wasn't just about losing her partner. It was about losing control of her own story. For someone who had already faced so much scrutiny, it was another blow. Online, people were divided. Some argued Taraji crossed an unspoken moral line, suggesting women, especially in the same industry, shouldn't date each other's exes when bad blood exists. Others defended Taraji, saying she wasn't responsible for Nia's feelings and had every right to live her life. There's another layer. Taraji reportedly hasn't forgotten how Nia acted on the Empire set. Some say she still remembers Nia allegedly trying to outshine her and make things difficult behind the scenes. If true, dating Ime might have felt like getting the last laugh, intentionally or not. For Taraji, it may have seemed like balance being restored. If Nia once tried to steal her spotlight, then Taraji getting involved with someone so tied to Nia could feel like poetic justice. But to Nia, it likely felt like pure disrespect. In the end, both women are established stars with long careers and loyal fans. But their feud has become impossible for the internet to ignore. Whether you think Taraji crossed a line or Nia is overreacting, one thing is clear: this has reignited an old rivalry that never truly went away. Now, everyone is waiting to see if either of them will address it publicly or let the rumors continue. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain: this story isn't over, and the next chapter could be even wilder.